capacity.
They're picking up the slack, and you won't.
Testing.
Just take it away for a second. You guys are all good?
Okay, I think it's good.
I think
Okay, we're gonna start the count now. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody, to the Rytown Park Commission meeting of September 16th, 2025. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lindsay Jackson,
Here.
Commissioner Jason Fine,
here.
Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Here.
Commissioner Louis Marino on video.
Here.
I note that Commissioner Emily Hurd is absent and President Zuckerman.
Here. Thank you, Louis, for joining us from that wonderful place where you are.
Thank you.
Louis is at a municipal meeting and doing the work of the people. Adoption of minutes. Park Commission minutes of July 15th, 2025. If there are no corrections or objections, may I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment on non-agenda items. Anybody on Facebook?
Not that I'm aware, but I'm not there yet. Sorry. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Okay. First item of business is the audit presentation from PKF O'Connor Davies, our independent auditor. Jeff Shaver, are you okay with all those responses?
I have some questions.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Jeff Shaver, partner with PKF O'Connor Davies. Happy to be here to present the results for the Rytown Park Commission for the year ended December 31st, 2024. I'm going to skip right over the agenda and just get right into it. Some of our required communications. We finished field work. The financial statement's been reviewed by management. We've issued what's known as an unmodified opinion on the reports, also referred to as a clean opinion. There were no material weaknesses in internal controls noted, and also no instances of fraud identified or brought to our attention. In terms of management's responsibilities, we like to reiterate every year, the financial statements are the responsibility of management, and we're responsible to render our opinion on those financial statements. Likewise, management's responsible for selecting and implementing appropriate accounting policies, fairly presenting the financial statements in accordance with US GAAP, establishing and maintaining effective internal controls, compliance with laws and regulations, providing all the records that we need as auditors, and setting the proper tone at the top. In terms of a financial summary, this is the general fund, highly summarized. In the next slides, I'll take you into some details. 4-column presentation with the original budget in the first column, the final budget in the second column. There were no changes to the budget. Third column is actual revenues and expenditures, and then the fourth column is the variance between the final budget and the actual. So you can see from a revenue point of view, the estimated revenues or budgeted revenues were $1,623,000. The actual revenues were $1,430,000, some $193,000 less than what was anticipated to be collected. The expenditures were initially anticipated to be $1,651,000. The actual expenditures were $1,742,000, some $91,000 greater than what was anticipated. That resulted in actual revenues and expenditures greater than revenues of $312,000. The contribution from the town and the city is reflected in what we call other financing sources, so below the deficiency line, and that's the $312,000 contribution from both the town and the city. There was also contributions required in the previous year, so the fund balance was zero. Those contributions are calculated in such a way so the general fund zeroes out and it has no fund balance. Only if the commission actually had a surplus would it have some fund balance. So I would like to take you through some of the details on those figures. This is the revenue side of the budget, where you can see the categories broken out here. Sale of permits, $461,000. Parking, $275,000. Beach admissions, $476,000, and the rent, concessions and other, $169,000, falling short of the budget by approximately $200,000. And again, the other financing sources, which is the sponsor funding or the contributions from the town and the city, coming in to balance out the revenues and expenditures at $312,000. This is a detail of the expenditure side of the budget. The largest cost of the commission is personal services or payroll, the cost to pay the people running the beach. The total expenditures for personal services were $947,000, some $73,000 greater than the budget. The employee benefits are those costs related to those personal services at $152,000. I will note there was a comment made during last year's presentation about the miscellaneous expense. Last year there was a lot of different things grouped in that miscellaneous expense. So this year I went ahead and showed greater detail there, so the reader and the commission could see what was in those line items, and they were the ones on the bottom there before miscellaneous: the payroll processing fees, credit card fees, the police security, software costs, and there still is some relatively small amount of miscellaneous expense of $13,000. So I just wanted to note to the commission that that additional detail was done for 2024. Shifting over to the capital projects funds, the commission's been quite active with capital projects over the last several years, and 2024 was no different. The revenues are state and federal aid on various grants, or reimbursement on dollars spent in the current year and in previous years. And that totaled $614,000 for 2024. The total dollars out, or capital dollars spent, were $1,315,000. I did have a list of some of the projects that were some of the significant projects were the restrooms and parking lot, and also the roof restoration were probably were the two largest capital projects where dollars were spent in 2024. The contributions from the town and the city, you can see, are $576,000, leaves us with a net change in fund balance of $124,000, or a total fund deficit of $472,000. I want to explain the accounting behind that. The $472,000 represents grants that the commission is expecting to receive in the future. But because the money hasn't been collected at the time of the audit, it's a conservative accounting to not recognize that revenue until either you collect the cash or you've collected it in the very near term. So the expectation is that an additional $472,000 on costs already incurred will come to the commission in form of state or federal aid. So that's why the capital projects fund shows a deficit of $472,000. Those are my prepared remarks tonight. Realizing it's shorter than normal. I'd be
Sure, that's good.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure the mayor has some questions. Josh?
Thank you. There's no management discussion and analysis. The notes indicate that GASB considers that an essential item. I'd really like to ask I assume you agree with that statement, that is. So I'd like to ask our management next year, the park, to prepare a management discussion and analysis. It might save me asking a bunch of questions. And then we went through a year where we had predicted a budgeted shortfall of $28,000. And in fact, our shortfall came out to be 10 times that. And Jeffrey, maybe you can make some suggestions to us about what other small municipal entities might do by way of monitoring themselves in the course of, in our case, a season or a year, whatever their performance period is, or whether we should just be creating a more conservative budget. But it really defies my sense of reality in budget making going forward. I won't be around for that with my retirement at the end of the year, but someone will. I don't think that we should be flattering ourselves with budgets that show a shortfall that is less than 1/10 of the actual shortfall we experience. It's not the first time that we've had similar discrepancies. Do you have anything to offer, Jeffrey?
I think you already do this, but monitoring those budget to actual reports on a monthly basis and trying to adjust as soon as possible. If the issue, I'm not involved in the budget process. The budget part of the document is really just us putting the numbers in there. So I'm not involved in that process. I can't speak to how those numbers are derived. But if you're seeing a pattern of revenues being under-collected and expenditures being overspent, it might be time to maybe be more conservative on the budget during the budget preparation.
Okay, thank you for that. I'll ask my colleagues to take note. The rest of my questions are really budget questions, and I'm going to continue to ask them of Debbie and Gary outside of this session because they're not really for you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? So there's a resolution to accept the report. This does not mean anything other than we've received it.
Actually, you know what I do now that we're talking about access and expenditures over budget? I wanted to ask about the property tax and sewer taxes that went over budget. Is that due to an increase in the tax rate?
I think that
Our assessment didn't change.
We don't,
the city of Rye assessments haven't changed.
Okay. So,
the, why in 2024, I would assume that's because we took our best guess at what the tax rate was going to be, but we didn't know, and when the final bill came in, it was higher.
it was higher than anticipated,
Yeah.
and that's the city tax rate. Okay.
I think we went, we were, I if memory serves, and this was
Yeah.
a while ago, right, we assumed that the city was gonna stay within the 2% tax cap, so that's sort of where we aimed.
Okay, all right.
But of course, the calculation isn't as, it's much more complex than that.
All right, anything else? Louis, anything?
I'm good.
Thank you. Motion, a resolution to accept the auditor's report. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Debbie, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Klein,
Yes.
Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Louis Marino,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. The Soul Riders making a request.
Thank you.
Permit-
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff, I'm sorry. Requesting permission to tie the park pink. This is a fundraiser for Soul Riders that they make this request every year. They also make a request of the town of Rye, and I believe probably the village of Rybrook, Jason? Is that correct? You don't know? You don't remember?
We have in the past, I don't know, I don't think we have this year, but there has been in the past.
Yeah. Now, this is to tie the park pink throughout Rye Town Park. The mayor and I had a conversation. I don't know that it includes anything in the right-of-way, Josh, but we could certainly ask them to maintain the ribbons within the park itself.
Wonderful.
Okay, so, I have a motion and a second to approve this resolution for the Soul Riders to tie the park pink.
So moved.
I'll second.
Such hesitation. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next application is supporting the submission of a grant to the New York State Department of Parks for the 2025 New York statewide investment in more swimming, which is the acronym SWIMS. After much deliberation, we are this is an actual Town of Rye application that the commission is hopefully going to support. And it is basically the same application that we have before the County of Westchester for stormwater management. And it's also, isn't it basically the same project we have before the GIGP?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the GIGP, there are more projects in that grant application, but this is.
Part of it, this is
yes.
part of the GIGP.
Correct.
The GIGP application includes this plus the parking lot. This one is just for the stormwater. This grant is an 80% grant, 20% match for the municipalities, the city and the town, as contrasted with the county grant, which is only a 50% match. But if we get both grants, then it is a distinct possibility that there will not be a local match because 80 and 50 come out to be 130. So hopefully we'll have, if not 130, we'll have, I don't think they're gonna give us money back, but we might actually have 100%. So that is what the goal is, as they say, from our mouths to God's ears. Debbie, do you have any further on this before I open it up to the commissioners?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, any question from the commissioners? If not, may I have a motion and a second?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Thank you. Deb, please call the roll.
Commissioner Louis Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Klein,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
President Gary Zuckerman.
Yes, thank you. The next one is a bit unusual. I think we've had discussion for a couple of months now. The Friends of Rye Town Park have been raising money to do a project of theirs to stucco the outside of the tower building. And because they are a not-for-profit working with us, they will be, hopefully they will be able to do the project at a cost that is considerably less than what the commission would do if we had to do it on our own. And obviously this would not involve raising money, taxpayer money, to do the work. You can see from the picture that's on the screen, two colors, and there are a lot of areas that need repair as well as stuccoing. And it's a project of several $100,000, and the Friends have basically raised the money to cover this. But in order to do it, we have to enter into a memorandum of understanding that basically enables them to act on our behalf to do this work in a public area. And Exhibit A sets forth the scope of the work, which, as you can see, is very substantial. And the Friends will be entering into a contract. The park's architect, Gary Gianfrancisco, has provided the specifications and will oversee the work. It will be subject to a building department from the city of Rye. It will be subject to approval from from SHPO, the State Housing Preservation Office. So everything will be hopefully coordinated, and we'll be able to go forward. The Friends are very anxious to start this project, and we will as soon as we approve the memorandum of understanding, and they go through the steps necessary to get the proper permits, etc.
We
Josh?
should thank Diana Page and the Friends for all the work that they did in raising the money and coming to this understanding with us.
Absolutely. Diana is a whirlwind, and anybody who knows her, she really took this on and brought along all the people in the Friends organization and spearheaded this, and this is an amazing project for them to do. The commission probably would have gotten around to doing this in a year or two or three, and hopefully we're going to get this done before the winter. So any comments from the other commissioners?
No, just a big thank you. This really is gonna make a huge difference on the aesthetics of the area.
Yep.
And help preserve the building.
And the interesting thing is, just, I don't know if any of you are aware of this, but state parks and the Office of Preservation are visiting Ryetown Park in October for a tour of all the work that they have contributed money to do. So we're very looking forward to showing them the park, showing them the improvements. Hopefully we'll have pictures of before and after. And I think this commission can be especially proud of the work that we're doing. It's not without a lot of effort and some aggravation, but we've been able, over the last several years, to move forward and to get things done that I don't think have been done in many, many years that I'm aware of. So I think all the commissions that have served on the last number of years should be very proud of our success. And I think that the relationship that we've established with the Friends of Ryetown Park is admirable, and they are true partners with us in making this park very successful. So, thank you once again. And may I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Louis seconds it. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Josh Cohen,
Yes.
Commissioner Louis Marino, Commissioner Jason Klein,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
President Gary Zuckerman.
Yes. Next resolution is authorizing the commission to enter into a contract with Hobart Contracting for the bathhouse interior renovation. This has been a long time coming, and I think it's been on the minds of many of us here, and certainly in the minds of the public, because I know whenever I've interacted with members of the public at the park, the question always comes up: when are we going to fix the bathrooms? When are we going to fix the bathrooms? And now, hopefully, we will fix the bathrooms. This will be a complete interior renovation. It is quite costly, about $1.3 million, and we have grants totaling approximately $855,000, which goes a long way to helping. And unfortunately, the cost estimate was more than we had hoped, but not outside the realm of reality in today's world. We have to remember that when we submit estimates for funding, months and years sometimes pass before we get the grant and go through all the steps. And we've been in an inflationary economy, especially construction, and I think that my compatriots on the board here, especially the chief executives of Rybrook, Portchester, and the city of Rye, can understand that this is what happens when we go to bid. But we have a substantial amount that is grant funded, and I think that if all goes well, we'll be in construction hopefully by October 1st. So,
Gary, I remember this project at inception. I think when we first discussed it, we discussed it at about $500,000. And it's really been contemplated, I guess at this point, for 4 years, maybe 5 years work to get it. With that in mind, and based on my City of Rye experience, I understand the overage. I don't like it, but I understand it.
I know. Just as an aside, compared to the projects undertaken by the City of Rye, by the Village of Portchester, and I know, Louis, I drive over the streets in the Village of Portchester, and I see all the sewer pipes being constructed. And Jason, I know the Village of Rybrook, with all the work that it does, the overage of, on a $1.3 million project, that was, projected to be a little bit less, is probably very small compared to what you guys are undertaking. So we all sympathize with each other on this.
I think a lot of that also depends on the project itself, but I mean, what was heartening to me in this one was to see the number of bids, that there really was, the bids were very competitive. and a lot of them were very close in price, which is really great to see. You feel like you're getting a true price in this. You know, some projects you can bid out, you get 3 or 4 bids, and you know, there were 9 bids.
You don't have the spreadsheet on here, right, Debbie?
I do.
It is.
Is it in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good, yeah. So, I mean, we have,
There's always going to be outliers, but
there's only one
There's
outlier.
always one.
there's always a,
There's-
and one of my trustees, it confounds him every time when you see such a range in the bidding. You know, he wonders whether they're bidding on the same thing. But this, you really had 8 very competitive bids, and
All right, let's go. The highest bid was 2.9, almost $3 million. Then it dropped all the way down to 1.6 million, which is like half of that. And from the 1.6 million all the way down to the winning bid of 1.3 million, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 within $300,000 from high to low, which is absolutely incredible.
And just given my experience and having had worked with many of these contractors on the county level, we had some really good bidders, but
Yeah.
I think going over by that amount is a really good day.
yeah. And again, for a project that's stalled for that,
Yeah.
you know, takes a while to get everything to the finish line.
Yeah.
So
I'm really hoping that it goes smoothly and that we can actually get this work done before the next beach season. We'll have, you know, six, what, Lou?
I have a question if you don't mind.
Sure, of course.
This is great news. This summer I used the park and the condition of the bathroom, we all knew it was terrible, but it's good. I'm glad to hear this. And just rough idea, how long is it gonna take this job to be finished, the process?
I just said, we're hoping to be done in approximately 6 months before the beach season.
That long, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and we're hoping also to go out to bid shortly, in a matter of weeks, I hope, on the retaining wall. We know that we have half the money, the projected money, and we're waiting for final confirmation on the rest of it. We may be able to go to bid without final confirmation, because we would like to get that job in and also have that won't take as long. That will probably take 2 months. And we'd like to get that done also before beach season, if we can. But that is what the plan is.
Thank you.
Thanks, Louis. So may I have a motion and a second?
Make a motion.
Lou, second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll, Deb.
Hold on just a second, just wanted to get the motion. That was Louis Marino making the motion,
And Mayor Cohen,
And-
second.
Mayor. Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Louis Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Klein,
yes.
Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
President Gary Zuckerman.
Yes, thank you. Next item is to authorize the commission to enter into a contract with Precision Safe Sidewalks of Albany. This is for the repair with with Precision Sidewalks that has it has a patented method of removing sidewalk hazards. This is not a complete sidewalk replacement, and we had a presentation from Precision a couple of months ago, and we're going forward with this hopefully. Debbie, do you want to do the presentation briefly?
Sure. So the, that's why I brought my headphone. So if you recall, Precision Sidewalks has a proprietary technology, which is basically featuring a horizontal saw. And what their technology does is it enables them to basically identify the tripping hazards and shave them, so that when there's a differential between two panels of sidewalk of, and you know, anything up to over an inch, they can shave off the difference at a fraction of the cost of replacing sidewalk. This is $5 and change per square foot, which is an enormous difference from the replacement cost of sidewalk.
One is over $20.
$25
$25 per square foot, which is a
Correct.
big difference.
Correct, big difference. So we literally walked the circumference of the park with Precision Sidewalks, and our Director of Grounds and Facilities, Vic Federico, identified absolutely every panel that was feasible for this technology. And as you can see, they're color-coded there in the illustration. They also identified a number of panels that were beyond repair, and they freely admit that's not their thing. They don't replace panels of sidewalk. So,
Or it's replaceable, but not by them.
replaceable but not repairable. I think so. So panels such as these cannot be shaved into a better condition. So what the staff have recommended is that we accept the Precision Sidewalks proposal in its entirety, identify all of the tripping hazards that we have identified, get it all done, and then replace basically 450 square feet of the sidewalks that just have to be replaced for this year. So for a total expenditure of a little over $30,000.
So we're talking about roughly an $11,000 cap on the replacement portion
That is
of the
correct.
project.
Correct.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
So this is, I remember way back, but this is, we already talked about it, right? I thought we moved forward with this item. We didn't?
Yeah, I know we had talked.
No, we didn't move forward on it. I think there were discussions as to whether we should do this or do the replacement part. And I think the conclusion was that we really need to do both. And we did not spend the allocated money last year for that. So even though it's a little more expensive, hopefully we'll get both of these jobs done and, you know, and provide safe sidewalks around the park. And revisit it again next year in case there's other replacement work that has to be done. But yes, you're absolutely right, Louis. We did discuss this about 3 months ago.
So did we have the money? We never did anything. It seems like it's pretty good. I saw the video. It's an amazing job what they do in the lower coast. I mean, we should move something. We do something. It needs to be done. That's
Right.
it.
Right. And that's what we're gonna do. And I think, you know, when you see this work done, I think that this is you know, you can visit it with your highway people and say maybe, you know, in Portchester, in the city of Rye, in the village of Rybrook, though Rybrook doesn't have many sidewalks.
We do,
Some,
very few.
that you can use this technique, you know, in your community as well to, you know, to avoid tripping hazards. Right, any other questions?
I just want to point out that I have up on the screen the illustration of the green areas on that map indicate the panels that must be replaced. So we've, what Vic Federico identified were 450 square feet, as close to the 10,000 as we could get, that needed replacement on Forest Avenue. And I would expect that in next year's capital budget, we'll propose another 10,000 for tackling another several hundred.
First sidewalks may be on Rye Beach Avenue. Well, I mean, that's a matter of the staff to determine.
It's a choice to make, where to make them, and if the commission it so instructs, we're happy to identify more, because there's more to do.
That's for another budget.
Right.
Yeah, no, just a quick question, because it does say in Exhibit C that there were maybe 1,600 square feet of curbing that, or panels that need to be done from Precision, but then I know that in the next resolution it is 450, it's listed as 450. It's just making a decision on which ones actually need
Which
a
one?
Well, we're
replacement.
hoping to do both.
No, we're gonna
You
do
don't
both.
understand. So we're hoping to accept the 19,000 and change for Precision Sidewalks to get all of their work done. Correct.
Yes.
Right, no, but there's a discrepancy in the amount of square feet, I think, in between the two. In Exhibit C from Precision Safe Sidewalks did say that there was about 1,600 square feet that needed to be demolished and replaced. But then with the Westmoreland, it says just the 450.
Yeah, because we're only doing 450 of the 1,600. Because if we didn't, then we'd have to spend 4 times as much money.
Right.
So the 11,000 would become 44,000. I mean, that's a decision that could be made next year when
Right,
we do that.
absolutely.
The price per square foot would change. I'd have to do another RFP.
Right.
Or if we're lucky enough to piggyback on another government contract for sidewalk replacement, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Right.
But the contractor did indicate if we did all of these pieces, the price will go up because there's so many starts and stops in this.
Makes sense. Well, it's certainly gonna make a huge difference just doing this work. Huge difference.
All right. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor? No. Roll call on this. Thank you.
Yes, Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Klein,
Yes.
Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Louis Marino,
Yes.
President Gary Zuckerman.
Yes.
Now, is this for each, just the Precision Sidewalks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now the one for Westmoreland.
I'll move it.
Second.
Commissioner Lindsey Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jason Klein,
Yes.
Commissioner Josh Cohn,
Yes.
Commissioner Louis Marino,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. Our last resolution, to declare surplus 2 printers. My God, I'm looking, OfficeJet Pro 8625. That's the one I have at home for the last 10 years. So maybe I should get rid of mine.
Dead, you know.
Oh, my God. Any questions about this one? We can't just throw things away, we have to declare surplus.
Let's move it, just follow surplus, that's it. I'm in favor.
Louis
Is
makes the
that
motion.
your motion?
That's his motion.
Yes, make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Management reports, et cetera, are attached. Russ is not here. as August, September reports. I think most of us know what's going on. And that's it, guys. I think for the length of, considering we missed one meeting and we had a long agenda, 45 minutes is not bad.
That's pretty darn good.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Louis, Louis, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Aye.